G'day everyone, Matt here, back again for another week and another track guide thanks to SimRigs. This week we're at the very picturesque Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for round 7 of the GT3 Fixed series. The sim date will be the 1st of March 2022 and the in-sim time will be 1:35 PM. It's around 26 degrees track temp. We're going to be doing our usual braking markers and lines and also working on getting our best exits out of some of these corners for the long straights. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. And let's go into turn 1 or the source. Braking just at the 100-meter board down into first gear. Now you're going to want to make sure that you get a late apex here. And by the time you pick up the throttle, you want to make sure that you can be flat on the throttle for the run down into Eau Rouge and Raidillon, and then up the Kenmore straight. By the time you're picking that throttle up, you do not want to be getting off the throttle because you're going to really compromise your top speed at the end of the straight. So stay to the right hand side of the track for Eau Rouge. Flat strap through here. No lifting. Curb on the left hand side of the track. Really easy with the steering. You can take a lot of the exit curb on Raidillon. Let the car drift out wide. And you get up to 5th gear on the Kenmore straight. Maybe there's a bit too much downforce on the iRACING sprint setup, but that's okay. We work with what we've got. Now braking for turn 5 for Les Combes. Just as the car grabs that left hand side curb down 2 gears from 5th into 3rd, you want to take a bit of the curb on the right but not too much, risking an off track, and then quickly to the left hand side of the road. You don't want to let the car run out too wide. Then turning in where the orange marker is on the right hand side of the track on the curb. You can use that left hand side curb too, using 3rd gear through here. And using a little bit of runoff too. Again, they've made that a lot more reasonable with the off tracks. Now coming down into Rivage, you'll be in 4th gear, braking as you hit that curbs on the left hand side of the track. I treat this as a double apex. So you're going to hit the curb, car's going to run out wide. Look for the orange marker straight in front. That's where you know you're going to be picking up the throttle and you can be hard on the throttle out of the corner. Now for no name, moving the car across in 3rd gear to the left, to the right hand side of the track, not taking too much curb, unsettling the car, coasting through, and then hard on the throttle. Again, not taking too much of that exit curb. Now one of the fastest corners on the track, Pouon. On the right hand side of the track you'll see a set of traffic lights. You want to be braking just at those traffic lights, down 1 gear from 5th into 4th. Not too much brake either, just enough to settle the car and then off the brakes again. Coasting through. Once the front of the car's hooked up, you can be flat on the throttle all the way through the sequence of corners. Then slowly setting yourself up on the left hand side of the track for turn 12. At the curb on the left under the sign, down 2 gears from 5th into 3rd, sorry. Using as much curb as you can on the right and flicking it across to the left, but not picking up the throttle too early, not wanting to run wide and getting an off track here. Back over for 14, left hand side of the track, braking from 4th into 3rd. A little bit of brake. Don't pick up the throttle too early again to risk an off track before Stavelot. And now for Stavelot, keep the car on the curb, don't turn in too early either. You'll risk an off track on the left hand side and you can also compromise your exit onto the long straight. From the left hand side of the track, slowly let the car move across to the right. Being really easy with our steering inputs. Again, back to the left hand side of the track, drifting back out to the right. Now Blanchimont, full throttle through here, no worries, really easy with the steering inputs. Now for the last corner here, we're going to be looking for a dirty patch on the road and that's where we're going to start braking. Here's the dirty patch just at the shadows. You're going to be braking from potentially 5th or 6th depending on your run out of Stavelot, down into 1st gear. Taking a lot of the curb on the right hand side, setting yourself up to sort of straight line the last corner and open the steering up as early as possible using that off track. That's a little bit of a track guide. Now let's see if we can put that together and put a fast lap down. Moving to the left hand side of the track for the source, braking at the 100 meter board. Late apex and hard on the throttle. Do not want to be lifting because we're really going to sacrifice a lot of our top speed. Setting up for Eau Rouge. Pull the curb. Easy on the steering. Radion. Cutting a lot of curb there too. Quite a lenient off track. Setting ourselves up on the left hand side of the track for Les Combes and that sequence of corners. Braking on the left hand side of the curb. Down 2 gears, not too greedy on the throttle, left hand side of the track so we can flow it through. Use a little bit of that off track. Now for Rivage, braking at the left hand curb, down 2 gears. Apex number 1, look for our exit, and hard back on the throttle. Right hand side of the track. Picking it up for no name, try not to run wide. 5th gear, and then a little bit of brake, 4th gear for Pouon, off the brake, front's hooked up, straight back onto the throttle. Moving over to the left, braking at the curb under the Allianz sign. 2 gears. Not wanting to push out too wide, compromising our exit for the next left-hander. 3rd gear. Running a car halfway over that AstroTurf, not turning in too early and getting it off track on the exit of Stavlo. Easily making our way to the right hand side of the road, not making too many harsh steering inputs, then again to the left, and we're going to be flat here for Blanchimont. Really easy steering inputs. Clicking 6th gear and looking for that dirty patch of road that we start braking on. Try not to get too much wheel spin on exit. And that's a lap of Spa-Francorchamps. Thanks for jumping on board, guys, and we'll see you next week for week 8 at Belle Isle.